You're listening to the only podcast that admits they might know what they are talking about.
I hope everyone has a ball.
This is We Might Know Sports.
I love you!
With Kevin.
I think it's going to work this time.
And Cory.
You should have started reeling because I bit all over that.
And that's just facts!
Where are we at in society today? Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
We like sports and we don't care who knows.
No forget Jesus, people!
What was a topic Cory might like? I don't even know.
You might like it, Cory. He just doesn't know.
Sounds like something a guy in a van would tell me.
Don't tell me how upset I am.
Felt fine afterwards, and then Yahoo agreed with me, gave me the solid A+.
Buckle up, buckaroo!
I feel like it just destroyed like my life in general.
Steep.
And here we go.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
There's no significance to this being played right now. I don't. Actually, there's total. Welcome to episode 127, Stephanless. So as I put in the Facebook thing, it's Stephan and Cory's show, or Kevin and Cory's show. Excuse me. So 100% more positivity, right?
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, jeez. I mean, I'd be scared if it wasn't. All right. So, with the NBA season finally being over, the actual NBA season has finally begun as well.
Did you take your big sigh of relief?
Oh, it's my favorite time of the year. You guys got your picks wrong, so I am the basketball expert. Not even just college basketball this year.
You just swept this year.
I played the well, I didn't sweep. All right, I'm not gonna be like Stephan and be like, oh, that doesn't count. Stephan got conference tournaments. I got regular, and
the big tourney, right?
The big tourney, the only one that really matters, I think.
That's the only one I think that matters too.
Yeah, I mean, regular season's more like a marathon, so that's like you won the marathon, and then
the big tourney was just between you and I, and it came down to one game.
Again,
right?
I feel like that's always the case, though.
Mm-hmm. I needed Duke. Duke had to beat whoever, and I was good.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever they lost to.
So that didn't
Michigan
work.
State. Yeah.
Who was it going to be? You that was going to win if Golden State won? Is that how that worked? Oh, do you remember?
Yeah. Stephan was out of it way early.
Okay, so basically, once again, there's only two people when it comes to basketball in these sports.
Yeah, and Stephan's supposed the expert. Huh?
Uh huh.
He never claimed college basketball expert though.
No.
Just professional. He likes to think.
I think it jabs him a little bit though whenever it's me on the college basketball. I think he would rather have you than me. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just the Syracuse Gonzaga thing.
Yeah, I think it just dates back to how our friendship began. That's all.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I did not get to watch Game 6. That was on Friday night, and I was celebrating my birthday.
Congrats.
I'm a whole 32 years old.
I didn't even know how old you were, to be honest. Stephan just told me you're younger than us.
Yeah. I never know my age either, so you're not
After
alone.
30, does it matter?
Yeah, it's like basically you're going to be celebrating 40, 50, 60, 65 when you hopefully can retire. Knowing the way the economy is working, probably 80 is when I'm going to retire, 80, 85, somewhere in there.
Probably because we'll have no Social Security.
Yeah. But this isn't political. This is sports. So, anything else? Ooh, just saw your NASCAR pick, and that was the other guy I was debating about taking. But we'll get into that.
I really didn't want to pull the trigger on a big name, but once I saw Stephan can't block me with him, or like he could take another big name, but I don't know if he will this week.
Yeah.
He might try to keep me at bay.
Hopefully he gets back to us before then. Game 6 though happened Friday, and I obviously did not get to watch it. But what happened, Corey? I'm assuming you watched something of it.
Yeah, I watched the end of it. I missed the injuries to Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
From what I saw, all of Toronto, the parts I saw, Toronto's supporting cast all played well. Everyone was shooting well. It just it wasn't really that much of a game, to be honest. Golden State was trailing most of it, would make a little push, but then it just wasn't enough. They'd fade away. And Toronto walked away with it. Kawhi didn't even need a big day. I think he only scored like 21 points, something like that. He had a lot of help. When Toronto plays, I mean, that's what we were saying all year, or at least all postseason. If Toronto could figure out a way to give Kawhi help, they would win.
Sorry, I just got distracted by the NBA draft that's going on right now. They're introducing a bunch of the players that are in the green room, and they get to walk down this runway.
Really? That's neat.
Yeah. I mean, at least there's a bunch of kids lined up on the stage, too, so, shout out to the kids.
I figured the only reason you'd pay attention is to see if a Cuse player got drafted.
Hachimura and his brother. Oh, I didn't even know he had a brother. How is he that tall? His dad is like a good 1.5 feet shorter. Is his mom like 7 feet tall? Jesus.
I don't know.
His brother's like probably 4 inches less than him.
They're projecting he could fall to right around where the Timberwolves draft. I wouldn't mind taking him.
I mean, in the crazy world that's going on in the offseason, let's see here. Raptors won 114 to 110. Siakam was the leading scorer for Toronto.
Yeah, it wasn't Kawhi.
And Kawhi had 22. So
22. Yeah. He didn't need a huge night. He had a good the team played well.
Yeah. And Toronto partied well too. Unfortunately, there was a shooting involved, but I guess when you get 1 million people involved, something bad's gonna happen.
It's tough when you have one team supporting a whole country. It's not like the U.S. where we have the other 29 teams.
Yeah. First team outside the U.S. to actually win the NBA championship.
Yep.
Officially, we have a world champion, or at least North America.
We officially have a world champion. Do we officially have a best player in the NBA?
I was gonna ask you guys this next week on Book It. Is Kawhi the best player? So
I'll wait to debate with Stefan on that then.
That'll be interesting because I know you guys were talking about Kevin Durant a couple of weeks ago, so we'll see. Without the injury, is he considered a better player than Kawhi? But I mean,
well, like I said, we all have quick memories. Wait until the season starts and LeBron looks healthy, and we all revert right back to what we thought.
Yeah, I mean, watch, LeBron's just gonna. We'll get into that, but first, I gotta share the post-game celebration interview with Kawhi, or not, I guess interview, but I never understood the post-game celebration stuff when they have the parade and stuff, and then they have them speak at the end. I never understood that.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
It's like, all right, you won. Congratulations. I don't know why you need to... Tom Brady is one.
Sorry.
No worries. It's not like your kid's going to jump off the couch like Joe's does. But here's Kawhi after the parade.
Enjoy this moment and have fun with it. Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah!
So obviously Kawhi saw all the memes.
What it do, baby?
And let his game talk for itself. So, well on you, Kawhi. However,
obviously, it's laugh. I don't know if that's really his laugh or not. Then I don't know if that was just awkwardness.
Yeah.
Or what.
Why am I in this press conference in my uniform?
Yeah. I like the whole new, now it's Kawhi Fun Guy. He's got those T-shirts, and it's Mr. Fun Guy, everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll stick with the original Kawhi. It's never going to die off the soundboard, so. Oh, I forgot.
New Balance, do you think they made the right move now? Do you think their sales go way up?
I'm not saying New Balance didn't make the right move. I'm saying no one's going to buy New Balance unless you're a runner.
Well, then they did make the wrong move, because you're saying they basically paid Kawhi and it's not going to affect their sales.
Mm-hmm. I think New Balance had previously bought I can't even remember what company it was, but they were sponsoring a bunch of soccer clubs, and then they took over the naming rights. I want to say it's Reebok. For some reason, Reebok is standing in my brain. But I noticed, like, last season, New Balance starting to appear on jerseys and stuff.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it disappeared, and now it's like they didn't want any of the soccer game, apparently. So There's money in that soccer game. I mean, there's a reason why Nike's paying like hundreds of millions towards the big clubs.
Yeah.
So. As long as they're not...
all New Balance was trying to do is to at least initiate into the basketball shoe world, then they made a good move. If they were like really looking to compete with Nike and Adidas, then yeah, they made the wrong move.
Yeah, I mean, they just look so very Raptor-y colors, at least.
Oh, those ones, yeah.
now they have the Raptor colors out.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're still New Balance, like.
Yeah, they just look like New Balance with purple and red.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why this one is for $1,100.
Me either.
But yeah, so there you go. Here's a question for you. Did I put it? All right. I did a different question. Do you see Kawhi leaving this year, Toronto, or do you see him resigning? Do you see him going to LA?
No, I think Kawhi's gonna stay.
You think he's gonna stay? All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't heard that opinion yet, so.
Hold on 1 second. I'm making sure I'm not getting locked out of my house right now.
Okay, no worries. Well, Corey does that. We have NBA offseason moves happening as well elsewhere, but all involving LA, it seems like. Davis from New Orleans is going to the Lakers, maybe. Apparently, they need to make a lot of room in cap space to sign other players. They have 5 players currently on roster, and they are looking to get rid of 2 more in order to make more cap space. So it's going to be interesting out in LA, that is for sure. What we got here?
Well, I'm locked out, so now I have no idea.
Live drama on air.
Right now.
Maybe.
Don't do that again. Okay.
All right. Corey's back in the game. What we got here? Davis to the Lakers, right?
Davis to the Lakers for the world. That was one of my yikes, but I knew we were going to touch on it. I just can't believe the Lakers gave up their future for him. Their future now they are banking on they have to win a championship within the next 3 years, in my opinion, or the whole deal's a bust.
I wonder if that had something to do with LeBron, though, too.
I might have, but to give away 3 first-round picks is crazy.
Yeah. Hawks traded up to number 4, apparently. Looking at Hunter, obviously. We'll talk about that.
Hold
in
on
just
again.
A moment.
I'm gonna get locked out of my house.
No worries. trade for the 32nd pick. That's the one thing I don't like about the NBA. The NBA, you need to trade your picks before the actual draft. So you're seeing a lot of movement going on right now, like you saw Wolves. Ooh, I did not see this one, actually. Traded for the 6th pick and Sarge. It's an interesting pick up for... Who is that?
Okay, we're good.
All right.
Hopefully that's the last of that.
I did not realize that the Wolves traded up to the 6th pick for Sarge, or they traded Sarge for the number 11 pick.
For the number, yeah.
Yeah, 6 for. So that's an interesting move. I wouldn't say the 11th pick in this draft and Sarge equals the 6th. But, you know, I'm not an NBA GM. Who am I? Just the NBA expert of this podcast, that's all.
So they moved up from the 11th to the 6th?
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder who they saw that they really wanted there.
Who do they think is actually going to be still around?
Jarrett Culver?
Maybe. I mean, the Hawks traded up for number 4. They're looking at Hunter. This one's weird. Suns deal Warren and number 32 pick to the Pacers, which was like, all right. Other NBA offseason news: Pelicans pick up Okafor's 1920 option. That team's gonna be interesting to watch. Okafor is looking pretty ripped. Have you seen the pictures of that?
Yeah.
So, is New Orleans? Let's just go over like before the draft here. So we're assuming Zion's going to New Orleans. What? Shocking, I know. 4 minutes left on the clock for New Orleans to finally make their pick. And you got Golden State. They're without 2 of their best players for most of the year or next year, if they even get Durant signed again. Denver, have they made any moves?
No, they're going to be the same team, but, I mean,
why not?
They're solid.
Yeah, one of the few teams that'll have all 5 players back. Portland Trail Blazers, I know their center got hurt with an injury.
Yeah, they'll have him back, which will be good. Myers Leonard showed some promise, and maybe he'll get a little more playing time. I don't know.
So maybe they'll be one of those teams. I think that's one of the few teams that you can sit there and be like, they should be good. Houston, we have a problem with the Rockets. Some drama, allegedly. Starting to sound like Barack Obama. Sorry. I keep hearing the so Houston Rockets, Chris Paul allegedly wanting a trade, get away from Harden. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And rumors that they're trying to solve it with Jimmy Butler, signing Jimmy Butler. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think about that one?
I don't like it because I think there's something going on with Paul and Harden. I think
let's bring more drama.
Yeah,
drama.
I mean, all you're gonna get is a really. I shouldn't say all you're gonna get because Jimmy Butler's proven to be a winner. He got Minnesota to the playoffs after their long drought. He got Philly all the way to the finals, or helped them get there, anyways. Well, he didn't. I guess not the finals. The one because the finals.
He was the
Bucks.
only player that looked good though in the
Raptors.
playoffs.
Yeah, he's such a competitor, and he's basically a good defender, and he makes open shots, so he's very valuable. He's a good third option, but the problem, I think, lies in the style of play. I used to think Harden was so good you could win that way, but now I'm starting to come to the conclusion that you can't. You can't just ISO ball, no matter how good some. James Harden very well could be the best one-on-one player ever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. Well, the first pick of the NBA draft is in. Now just waiting for the announcement of Zion's future. Let's move on to number 5, Utah Jazz. I mean, I haven't heard much from them. Right?
No, I mean, Utah Jazz, they traded... who did they trade to get Mike Conley? I believe some picks to Memphis, which kind of sets up the idea that Memphis will be taking Ja Morant with the second overall pick now that they just released or traded their starting point guard. He has some big shoes to fill. I know Stephen isn't that high on Conley, but I'm pretty sure Conley averaged 21 and 6 last year. That's very productive in the NBA.
21, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists.
About 6 assists, yeah. So that's going to be... They're going to miss him. That's a great move for Utah. Utah's looking to, I think, make a real run. You're going to have Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt now.
Still waiting for them to announce. They're too busy showing Zion's highlight reel right now from the age of 9. All right. Already, ESPN and the NBA getting on Zion's D harder than Cory. All right. There's that. Who came in 6th? Hold on. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder. That one's going to be interesting.
I know they got rid of Scott Brooks because they thought, a while ago when it was Durant and Westbrook that he couldn't get it done. But now you got Paul George and Westbrook, and you got Billy Donovan, and you still can't get it done. I don't know where they go because they're never going to get rid of Westbrook, I don't think, until he gets old. And I don't think you can just keep cycling through coaches. Billy Donovan's a good coach.
Yeah.
They're making the playoffs every year. He's obviously a good coach. I think the college thing wasn't a fluke. He can coach in the NBA. I just don't know what piece they need. Maybe because Steven Adams is a very productive big man. Paul George is a good 3. Westbrook's your 0.2 kind of. Maybe a combo guard to go with him. Something to give him some more space. I don't know what they're going to do. There's so many free agents this year. They could do so much.
And it is official. Zion Williams is the first pick. I was trying to get the thing up quick enough. Apparently it did not work. Let's see here. San Antonio is San Antonio. I mean, come on. Do we really even have to talk about them?
No. Pop will pick some obscure draft picks and they'll pan out.
Let's talk about New Orleans. Hold on. Here is...
With the first pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Zion Williamson from Duke University.
And they... Shocking.
Yeah.
So... We have New Orleans making a trade to the Lakers. They got rid of Davis. We talked about that earlier. But in exchange, New Orleans gets Lonzo Ball. Who else? Why am I drawing a blank on their names all of a sudden?
Brandon Ingram.
And don't they have like the 5th pick too in this draft?
Yeah, the fourth pick. New Orleans gets 4th pick.
Yeah.
And they get 3.
Well, they did. They had that.
Hold on a second.
No worries. So right now, New Orleans has the first pick, obviously with Zion, and they just traded. What's it? They'll have the 8th pick, 17th, and 35th pick, thanks to a trade with Atlanta. So they're gonna stock their roster quite nicely with all the young players. It's kind of interesting just to see. So Cory, while you were gone, I found out that the 4th pick is traded to Atlanta. And
they did. They said they might trade that pick.
Yeah. So in exchange, they have the 8th pick and the 17th and 35th pick this year. So.
If they have the 8th pick, then I heard they're trying to team up 2 Duke players. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see New Orleans draft Cam Reddish.
And more fun facts about that 8th pick coming up in Book It. So that'd be kind of interesting to see those two paired up. I
think Cam is way underrated in this draft. I think he was just so overshadowed by the 2 talented ones that he didn't get the same shine.
Yeah.
But being able to play good defense and shoot the 3 ball in the NBA, I mean, look at how many people have been Jimmy Butler. We just talked about him.
Mm-hmm.
What if Cam Reddish is Jimmy?
It's going to be, I mean, especially with Ball. Hopefully Lonzo, like...
If Lonzo and Zion stay healthy,
Yeah.
New Orleans will be one of the most fun teams to watch.
Yeah. And it's going to be one of the most watched teams, too, because you got LeBron on the West Coast, so a lot of the East Coast people aren't going to stay up for that. And New Orleans plays, I believe, in Central Time Zone, so they're going to get that primo spot. And whew.
Yeah.
I mean, for a city that does not care about their basketball program, they care more about the Saints football and LSU Tigers. I mean, watch out, New Orleans. You're gonna become an NBA town real quick, and it already looks like they are because they're showing clips from what's Mardi Gras Central there. I can't think of the Bourbon Street. There we go. Why was I drawing a blank on Bourbon Street? With that being said, we skipped the Clippers, the 8th seed in this year's playoffs. Rumor. You don't think Kawhi's going?
I think the Clippers were simply a product of. I know you've heard Steph and I say how good of a coach Doc Rivers is. I really think you can give him almost anything and he'll get you there.
Doc Clippers?
He's just. They're opening up cap space to grab a superstar. I was kind of. Stefan and I disagree that Clay is going to be with Golden State. So.
Do you think? Well,
I could see him going there.
I see you.
Harrison Barnes is a free agent. He opted out of $25 million out of Sacramento, so somebody offered him big money.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Clippers. I don't know where he's going either.
You're really not on the whole like quiet of the Clippers bandwagon?
I'm not on. I really think the way he was already in a small market with San Antonio, and he won there. And now to win in a small market in Toronto, the market I don't think means much to him. I think loyalty means the most to Kawhi.
But I thought he wanted to play in LA the whole...
There was talk because he's from out there. Because he went to San Diego State. You know, he has ties in the West Coast.
Oh, shocking. Ja Morant to the Grizzlies.
Okay, we all knew that. Now we just need... Well, there was rumor there was teams trying to trade up to get that third pick, but the Knicks aren't going to give it up. They're going to center their team around Barrett.
Which isn't too bad. I think I like Barrett more than Zion early on in the season, at least. You can go back and check that
Barrett
out.
has more an NBA game right now.
Yeah.
Zion's just going to be a freak athlete, and we'll see what happens.
What have the Sacramento Kings done?
Like I said, the only thing I know of is Barnes not agreeing to re-sign.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens with them.
De'Aaron Fox is arguably the most improved player. I think Pascal Siakam will get it, but De'Aaron Fox was amazing this year. And Sacramento was a sleeper. You predicted them to have a good year, and they actually did. For a young team.
Yeah, they didn't do too bad. They came in just shy of the playoffs. I mean, they were 9 games back, but still, you come in 9th place in the Western
They
Conference.
had Fox, Barnes, that Willie Cauley-Stein, Buddy Hield. They have some pieces.
Let's move on to the Lakers and their moves. Because right now they have 3 players on the roster that they want to keep.
They got rid of Caldwell Pope, right? Or did they keep him?
Let's look it up.
They might have kept him.
Does it show me their active roster right now? That's the question. No. All right. So... obviously, Anthony Davis move happening with Mo Wagner, Jones, Geronimo Jones, and Isaac Bonga being offered.
I wonder if Cleveland will make a move to get Wagner now that Beeline is coaching Cleveland. And maybe that could free up some space for the Lakers.
Yeah, they're trying to get 32 in cap space. It's really interesting just looking at like this. So you got LeBron at $37 million, Anthony Davis at $31 million, and then it just drops.
They're going to have to sign a whole bunch of veterans for the veteran minimum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Rondo's making nothing.
Do you think it's even possible? Do you think the Lakers make the playoffs? How about that? Do it. Have that as a booklet.
I think so.
You think so?
They were fourth before the LeBron injury.
Mm-hmm. But that's a different team now, apparently.
It is, because like I was saying a few weeks ago, when LeBron went down, Lonzo was keeping them afloat. Yeah. Lonzo and Kuzma.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Lonzo went down, it was done.
I mean, I guess if LeBron can take the Cavaliers with a bunch of I don't even know what to call
LeBron,
him.
Though. 2 years ago now.
Yeah. Rested LeBron, though, coming into this year, so.
Yeah, rested for sure.
So, I mean.
And Kuzma's a nice piece. I forgot about him until we've just been talking.
He's having a good...
Yeah, he's good. I know that was one thing that Rob Pelinka, one piece that he was off the trade block. Just like Boston wouldn't let Tatum go. Mm-hmm. Lakers said no way on Kuzma.
I just like how everyone, ever since that trade, is like, oh, is this team going to threaten the Lakers' chance to win the finals? It's like, how about we get to next season and see how this works out? Because it may not work out.
Let's go the other way. Who's going to threaten Toronto?
You're under the assumption, though. Everyone else is under the assumption of Kawhi leaving. That's the thing. And I think that's why. Not to mention, what about the Phoenix Suns? I mean, they started turning around towards the end of the season. They went on that little win streak there.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be interesting to see.
We'll see if DeAndre Ayton can turn into the second best big man in the league. I think it's pretty safe to say Joel Embiid's number one. Yeah. But if Ayton can become number two, Phoenix has something.
Hey, and then
Devin Booker's a baller. We all like him. He just never stays healthy.
And then Porzingis, if he's in legal trouble or healthy and back, watch out for the Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let Stefan ride that D. I'm not with that wave.
With Lucic.
Yeah, he can have Lucic and Trae Young.
He's on Atlanta.
We'll see what his team does. I wonder what Atlanta's going to do.
Yeah. New York pick is in. Commissioner is at the podium, and we have for the Knicks, it's officially Barrett.
There we go. So we all got the first three right.
Hey,
and we don't know what Stefan picked. So.
Yeah, so I did Hunter and White, so we'll see if that comes through. And
I did Garland and White.
Spike Lee is there for some reason celebrating. Where is this? Is this in?
So Atlanta has number 4 now?
Yeah.
They won't take Darius Garland. I don't know what they want.
A lot of people are saying Hunter.
Because Atlanta has Young. They don't need Garland.
They're saying my guy Hunter, so we'll see.
They were that nervous about Hunter going to New Orleans?
Apparently. Or not even to New Orleans, just like...
Maybe to Cleveland. There was rumor Cleveland was going to nab.
Who was in front of them. So they were like, let's go with them. Yeah. All right. Well, for now, I think that's enough NBA talk because this is way beyond my realm. Everything I know is what I hear. So, but basketball expert, what can I say? Just say.
What about some NFL stuff? I saw you got a rule that I hadn't known about.
Well, you know, we've talked about it, but apparently at one point it was not contested, but they were thinking about changing it. The NFL is going to finalized their rule on Thursday today for reviewing pass interference, opting against several suggested tweaks that had come up since it was approved at the owners' meeting in March. As a result, the coaches will be able to challenge pass interference calls or no calls up until the 2-minute warning of either half, and then in the final 2 minutes, the on-site replay officials will be responsible for said replay. This is only for 2019, obviously, since it's a new rule. They usually do this 1-year trial, and then they'll either tweak or eliminate it in the 2020 season. So at one point, they were talking about giving the coaches the ability to challenge it after the 2-minute warning, even though they had agreed not to do that. So there had been some chances that they were going to mess around with it after it was approved by the owners. So now that it's officially official, events like New Orleans will not happen.
Good. Shouldn't.
Wait, the Lakers have the 4th pick now.
Why?
I have no idea.
Because New Orleans traded it?
I thought they traded it to Atlanta, so Atlanta traded. Maybe they get picked up some of the debt.
Well, they traded it. The Lakers traded their 4th pick to New Orleans for Anthony Davis. So then I thought New Orleans just traded it to Atlanta.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it says Atlanta.
Okay.
On the website, it says Atlanta on the clock from LA through New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
But on the TV, it says the Lakers.
Oh.
So we'll see what happens there. Who knows? Gotta love it. All right. With that, any other... what do you think about Baker Mayfield calling out Texas's, I believe, sophomore quarterback on the radio? Did you hear about this?
No.
Basically said that him and the Texas quarterback, I can't even remember his name right now, had a beef, and that just they're not getting along. Like, basically, Baker Mayfield calling out a player that's not even in the NFL draft right now.
Yeah, I'm against that. He needs to focus on what Cleveland's doing this year. Because I know there's people that are sold on it. I'm not sold. So I would just focus on what you guys need to do, which is even make the playoffs.
Let's see here. He said the Texas quarterback couldn't even beat Lake Travis, so I don't really care about his opinion on winning. Westlake is a great program, but the 2 best quarterbacks to come out of there are Drew Brees and Nick Foles. Sam can stay down there in Texas. He doesn't like me, and I hope he knows I don't like him either. That's what he said. It's like, I mean, he threw his own player under the bus too. Like, I mean,
yeah.
All right, so apparently the Lakers were drafting with the 4th pick, because it says pick
so they somehow got it back,
or just never got rid of it to Atlanta. So this just got interesting. But yeah, that was short and sweet about the NFL. Ooh, I do have a programming note. Surprise to Cory. I think what we're going to do for the month of July is review each division. And I figured we'd start with the AFC and NFC East, since hopefully we'll have Stefan locked down, since he's the East NFC, at least, wise person. And then just go over what we think and how we think each team's off-season moves going to help them.
All right, I'm going to take a parental break while you cover the MLB.
All right.
All right.
So July will be a fun month. We'll be reviewing that. With the MLB, there's news breaking out today that Tampa Bay, this team, is going to explore splitting games with Montreal. That's kind of interesting. They received permission from Major League Baseball's executive council to explore. The whole plan is to basically start their season in Tampa and finish it in Montreal, with both cities getting new stadiums. I don't see this really working out. It is an interesting twist to the ongoing drama for the Rays. They've never had good attendance. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the numbers. They are currently averaging 14,500 fans. It's the second lowest in the majors, despite having, for the most part, one of the better records in Major League Baseball. They're currently 43-31 after being swept by the New York Yankees. One of the lowest payrolls, however, and among the difficulties of securing a new stadium, a difficulty in poor local television deals has prevented this from happening with the stadium and not having... Sorry, I'm also reading other stuff. So basically, if this doesn't work out, it looks like they will be a target for relocating. I don't know to what city. Be kind of interesting to see as a Rays fan. I don't know where they would go currently. Let's do a quick Google search. Current cities with Major League Baseball aspirations. Maybe Las Vegas. That'd be kind of interesting to see Las Vegas pick them up. All right. So DeAndre Hunter is going to Virginia. Proposed trade to Atlanta. So it looks like Hunter is going to be traded from the Lakers to Atlanta. I think that's what's going to happen, Corey.
So I got that wrong. Did you have Hunter?
Yeah, that's what I said. Hunter and then White. I think how it works in the NBA is after like a certain time point, you can't trade because the NBA is whack like that. So
yeah.
But what do you think of a team splitting series, basically half a season in one city and then moving 1,200 miles north to a different country?
It's never happened, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's odd. I think it's unfortunate for both fan bases, honestly, because they don't get a full season supporting their team. I am happy in one aspect that Montreal gets a team again, but also disappointed that Tampa loses a team. So
I want to know how that would happen, how it would work, because the whole plan is just basically because Tampa is a warm city. They would have games for the warmer part of the spring down there.
Yep.
And then they would shift up during the summer to the warmer Montreal. And it's interesting, the logistics and how it would work out. I don't think it would. And honestly, I don't see this coming through because of how hard it would be. Because not only do you have to worry about players' visas to play in a different country, you then have to worry about their stuff, and then you have to staff 2 different stadiums. It sounds like it'd be more costly than anything. Oh, that'd be interesting. So I proposed an idea, like what city, because the other option is them to move completely out of Tampa. And Indianapolis, I never even thought about it. They don't have a baseball team.
No, they don't.
The one I was thinking is Las Vegas, since all the teams are moving there now. You got the Raiders. You got a new team, NHL team. Major League, you get all 3 major sports. Well, not all 3, obviously, without the NBA, but I mean...
Well, New Orleans doesn't have a baseball team, right?
No. But I don't see that as a positive for Major League. I feel like it's going to be like the NBA. Maybe Portland.
In football, it works, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were good. Like, I don't know.
You got to win.
Yeah.
They'd have to go there and win, and then they could get fan base.
Yeah. You would think that would be the case with Tampa, but they're winning right now, and they're drawing the second lowest fans. So
I know. I remember way back when Bonds left the Giants, there was talk that Tampa was interested in him simply to get butts in the seats.
yeah, I remember that too. I was like, all right, whatever. If he makes their team better. But yeah, that was that. That's a question I'm gonna have to ask both of you. Is would you still be a fan of your team if they relocated cities? So
it's not my team anymore, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we'll put that on the back burner for the three of us to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, I think it's time for your NASCAR minute as soon as I can pull up the screen.
Well, you guys did the review last week,
Mm-hmm.
so I won't touch it on it again. I'm sure no one wants to hear the review twice. But we are going into Sonoma, our first road course of the season, out in California. That and Watkins Glen have long time been the two road courses. Having said that, you almost got the winner right in Michigan. Joey Logano snuck it out on you. So you picked Truex Jr. and you got first pick going into this week.
Damn Logano.
Who did you take?
I'm taking Chase Elliott. This is like his fourth best track according to driver averages. So I was just like waiting for time to pick Elliott. He was one of my major drivers. I had been like, next week. And finally, I knew I needed a solid road driver. Because I'm going with Suarez, obviously, already. I put it on the board. So, yeah. Went with Chase Elliott. Boom.
All right. Technically, Stefan has second pick, but we didn't get his yet. So I went with Kurt Busch, who Stefan already took, so I knew I was safe. He's pretty good on a road course. Good drivers tend to win the road course. There's normally not a weird name up there. I really need to start gaining on Stefan. I think we have 10 races left. 11 races left, so I need to make my move.
This is it. So hopefully he doesn't watch this. Well, we know he doesn't watch this, so yeah. He'll just make his pick, and he won't know the reason why you're going with Kurt Busch. With that, let's move on to golf. We made our U.S. Open picks. I made Cory's for him, and he agreed later on after the podcast, so it worked out for Cory. He went with Woods, -2. He's now sitting at an 8 over par. If he were to, well, he's officially eliminated since he did not win.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't even need to make a pick for the Open.
Yeah, but you will because it's fun. Because you got to beat Stefan. That's all that matters. All right, and the fifth pick is in, and it is Darius Garland out of Vanderbilt. So you picked him, right?
I picked him for fourth.
Fourth, that's right. It's like, I thought you picked him. So Kobe White's still out there at number 6.
Yeah, I think he'll go to Phoenix.
And we have Stefan with Fowler. All of a sudden, stunk it up. He had a great opening round and then finished 2 over. So now Stefan is sitting at -2 and officially eliminated from the golf. He cannot repeat in something, thankfully.
Well, it's pretty much, you already pretty much sewed it up.
Yep.
Because even the points now, if Jason were to tie it, really doesn't have much of a chance.
Yeah. Woodland finally got over his curse of basically choking in the final round, held off Koepka, who came roaring back. I didn't watch any of this. I just heard about it. But I know Koepka was down and he came back, made it interesting in the final day, but still lost by 3 strokes, leaving Jason at -5. to my minus 30. So unless I really choke it out on the open, I'm gonna go statistically. I'm not gonna call Koepka because I don't think Koepka is good on different courses like this. I know he's better with his driver, so we'll see. I gotta think about that one. There is some pressure on me, Corey. Not much, but there is some.
Not much. You just can't totally mess it up. Don't pick someone who misses the cut.
Yeah, that's basically it. As long as I make the cut, I will not sweat. All right. With that, that's all we had for regular sporting.
I just want to do a side note. Our golf expert finally got one.
Yeah, finally. Mind you, I think. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Congratulations, Jason.
Yeah, good job, Jason. Finally.
Finally. What?
I know what it's like to be the supposed expert and not get the job done.
We're 11. It took 11 times. Well, I guess 8 for him. 7 for him to finally get one right. So, I mean, I guess in order for him to have. Oh, look at that! Stefan popped up. Is he gonna make a NASCAR pick? Fingers crossed. Is he watching live? Is the question. Because we have 2 viewers. Ooh. Anyway,
probably gonna make a NASCAR pick.
Probably. We're waiting. All right. Anyway, Kevin's question of the week. Last week, kind of had to make one up on the fly because I actually couldn't think of one. So I did.
We were on vacation mode. So
yeah, vacation mode. What are you grabbing at a party? Basically, was the question. Beer or wine, and because none of us promoted it, we got a whopping 4 votes, including 2 of the hosts. 4-0 beer, not a surprise considering it was all guys. And Stefan's pick is in. He's going with Jimmy Johnson. Look at that.
So we did take a big name to try to counter me.
Yeah, not too big though. Not one that's gonna. I feel like he's gonna wreck early, hopefully. This week's question I did share because it's a good one. Will Golden State make the NBA Finals next season?
We have some votes in already.
Oh, you got them up? What we got? I know
no,
we had
it was
2.
60-30 for nope. I just don't know how many votes are in officially.
All right. Well, let me look that up. That's more votes than when I saw it last. So. We are at 50-50 with 6 votes.
Oh, there.
We have myself and you as nope, plus another. And then our college football expert chimed in, said yes, and 2 others.
I can't believe it's 50-50.
Yeah. Obviously, they're not paying attention to the NBA offseason. All right.
They just don't believe that the Splash Brothers, if they stay together, are going to go down.
Yeah. So, yeah, I factored in, like, injuries and stuff. And with the injuries, I think...
I know. There's probably no Clay for the whole year. So.
Yeah. So all you have is Steph.
Yeah. Better question is, does Steph win MVP?
Ooh. Is this the year he shows the world? It'll be interesting to see. Let's see here. Book It. I did an NBA theme since obviously that's the only thing that's really going on in end of June.
Yeah.
Let's start off with a team from California wins the NBA Finals. So you've got quite a few teams to pick from. Vegas odds are quite heavily in favor of this to actually happen. You booking it?
That would be the Clippers, the Sacramento Kings, the LA Lakers, and Golden State Warriors, right?
Yes.
A team from Cali wins the final. I'm going to pass.
Ooh. I too am passing. I think this would have flown more over with Stefan. I don't see Golden State making the finals, obviously. I don't even see the Lakers being much better of a team. They'll make the playoffs, but I don't see them.
I gotta see what the Lakers get. Like, other than, I know they have Davis and LeBron, but they need other parts.
Yeah, I need to see like how
if they
Denver.
shock me and sorry, not to cut you
Oh,
off, but if they shock me and get like Harrison Barnes or Kemba Walker, then I'll be like, okay.
We talked about it earlier. I want to see how Denver and Portland and even what happens in Houston before I can sit there and book that. So, I agree with you. I'm not going to book this. Next one is assuming Kawhi leaves Toronto. So this obviously is not yours. Toronto misses the playoffs next year. So are they going to make the playoffs without Kawhi is basically the question for you.
No, I'm past. If Kawhi leaves, they miss the playoff. Book it.
Book it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's so much going on in the East right now. I'm kind of interested to see how Atlanta does with their draft picks and stuff. Apparently Jarrett Culver is going to Minnesota.
Really?
Yep.
I'll take him. He's good. I'll take it.
Next up, Boston makes the playoffs next season. Apparently Horford wants a trade or wants to leave Boston.
Yep.
Sinking ship.
Horford wants out. Irving wants out. But I think Boston makes the playoffs. I actually think their chemistry is going to get better.
All right. Well, I'm going to pass and say the end is near. No, I'm going to book this just because of what's-his-face as their coach.
Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
And I like now that they're officially going to build the team around Tatum. I think that's a smart move.
So we'll see how that works out for them.
Yeah, we'll see if he's a superstar or not. It'll be sink or swim for him this year.
Zion, the number 1 pick, has a better rookie season than the number 2, Ja Morant.
I am going to go with, well, if Lonzo stays healthy, I'm going to go with Zion.
You're going with Zion?
I'm booking it.
I'm going to pass. I just think, I don't know. There's something about Zion's game, and I want to see how he plays in the NBA. But I don't want to be wrong. I'll pass. I'm fine. I think he's going to the Grizzlies, though.
You think Ja's the real deal of the bunch?
Yeah.
Or do you like Barrett? I know you said you like Barrett's game.
Yeah, I like Barrett, but he's going to the Knicks, so I mean, he's not. He's gonna have a good season.
Let's be honest, Memphis and New York are gonna be pretty much trash. New Orleans has a chance to be okay.
Yeah.
Because Ingram, Zion, and Lonzo are all good. I think we'll see if Zion's good. We know Ingram and Lonzo are good.
He'll at least have some support. You know what? I'll book it. Zion has a better season. As much as I hate him. So, number 5 on the list. This will
be interesting. Because New Orleans traded down. Cam could be with that group.
Mm-hmm. And this is also interesting for the fact that in the last 25 years, the 8th pick of the NBA draft has never made an All-Star game. They're for some reason, out of all the picks, this is the one where it's a giant goose egg. Next lowest one was like 11 with 8, I think. But for some reason, if you're the 8th selection, it's not going to work out for you. So, with that being said, right now we are on pick 7, so it might change once we get to 8. But right now, Reddish is currently projected as the 8th pick. And will he make, or are you booking that he makes an all-star appearance at some point in his career?
I'm like really in love with his talent, so I'm just going to book it. He's one of my favorite prospects this year.
You know what? I'm going with the dreaded 8th curse. So I'm going to pass. And that is all I got for you for Bucket.
That leads us right into my yikes.
Yikes. You almost got locked out of your house.
That was a yikes. I did get locked out. Luckily, she let me back in. All right. Some of these were for last week. Obviously, I wasn't there, so excuse me if they're a little dated. But number 1, former defensive end of the Cincinnati Bengals, Jonathan Fanine, arrested on 8 felony charges of domestic abuse and kidnapping a child. Yikes.
8, Jesus.
8 charges. He apparently told his son to go grab all the hard objects in his house so he could beat his wife with them, including golf club, baseball bats, rolling pin, whatever it's called, and some other things. And then threaten the child's safety. This isn't his first time being accused of domestic abuse, but the first time he was found not guilty. Yikes. Get it together. Number 2, Uriah Hall claims he wanted to shoot up his school when he was a kid. Yikes.
Oh, you heard that.
Come on, man. Even if you were being bullied, it just came out scary.
I wish
don't say that stuff nowadays.
I wish you had told me that one so I could have pulled up the audio. Like the whole out of context, I get that, but basically he was claiming basically that without MMA he would have shot up the school. Gave him an outlet for making friends and stuff. Like, I get his point, but yeah, I'm with you. Yikes. It's definitely for sure.
That was a big yikes. Number 3 is one of my good yikes. Rafa Nadal with 18 majors now, so only 2 behind Roger Federer, as he wins his 12th French Open. Yikes, he dominates clay. He is 93-2 on the French Open.
Jeez.
95 matches, he's lost 2. That's just like, I really can't fathom how amazing that is on one surface. I don't think probably in your or my lifetime, we won't see anything like it. It's just a yikes to the rest of the field because I don't know when it's going to stop. It seems like if Rafa's healthy going into the French, he's winning. There's no way around it.
Hashtag winning.
Yeah. This is a sad yikes. Number 4, Zab Judah, who was one of my favorite boxers as a kid. He actually fought on Father's Day weekend because they had the Hall of Fame induction. They always have a match on Friday, and then the Hall of Fame is on Sunday. Zab Judah fought at Verona, New York, Turning Stone. After the fight was stopped in the 11th round, after he was just taking a hell of a beating for 11 straight rounds. And then after the fight, he was home, experienced some dizziness, went to the hospital. He is in critical condition with brain swelling as of now. Yikes. Hope Zab Judah gets better. He was a hell of a champion, 2 different weight classes. He infamously knocked down Floyd Mayweather in their fight, even though it wasn't called a knockdown.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh during that, but Kobe White got drafted by the Bulls with the 7th pick, and they showed him with a hat on, and it's basically on top of his hair.
It looks like Hey Arnold. He's got the Hey Arnold cap.
Oh, God.
Number 5, I had to do it. I told you, my yikes. The Lakers' future. I don't know where it's at because they have nobody on their team, and they don't have future picks. They let it all go. So that's kind of we already talked about that one. I just don't know what's going to go on with them.
It's definitely a yikes if you're a Lakers fan. I don't know how you can have hope with that, because
you have to hope that Anthony Davis, who never stays healthy, stays healthy, and hope that an aging LeBron stays healthy, which is unlikely.
And that you don't need any other players because you're going to be playing with 3.
Yep.
All right. Well, another yikes.
Kobe White to the Bulls, huh?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So Reddish.
I was hoping he'd make it to the Suns. I wanted to see him on the Suns.
That'd be interesting. It would have been a better fit, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
He still got the hat on. I'm surprised they found a hat big enough that could reach around as much of the hair as it is. Jesus. All right. Anyway, let's end this. Another short and sweet. We might know sports next week. Be a little more.
Next week, hopefully we'll have all 3 of us and we'll have a good full episode.
With the NFL, I mean, we always talk about the NFL for hours, so
yeah,
that's always good.
And I won't have, if we do it on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I may even have to jump into the podcast a little bit later, but I'll be there. So
he'll be there.
We'll see.
We'll talk more
after. I won't have kids in the background either. So
it's more fun that way. Throws me off guard. No big deal. Until next week, though, it's always cool